My name is Leanne Rice, and I'm the Interim Associate Superintendent for Teaching and Learning in Forsyth County. At the June 16th Board of Education meeting, our Superintendent, Dr. Bearden, shared that Forsyth County Schools will provide face-to-face and virtual options for our kindergarten through 5th grade students for the 2020-2021 school year. And today I'd like to share more with you about the K-5 virtual option. If you're seeking information about the 6th through 12th grade option with Forsyth Virtual Academy, please visit our website or go to forsyth.k12.ga.us/FVA. First, I'd like to thank you all for participating in the recent surveys from Forsyth County Schools. Your feedback has been very helpful in guiding our work and decisions for the upcoming school year. Based on this survey data, we realized that we needed to offer an option for at-home virtual instruction for our families in all grade levels. Some of our students are immunodeficient or have family members with health concerns, and some parents and guardians aren't comfortable with face-to-face instruction yet. We do have an option for virtual instruction for our 6th through 12th graders through the Forsyth Virtual Academy, but we have not had this option for our kindergarten through 5th graders prior to this year, and we want this to be a choice for your family. As shared at this month's Board of Education meeting, we will host town hall meetings during the week of July 6th. But based on your feedback, we realize that you need more information now. So today I'd like to share as many details as I can for the K-5 virtual option. I may not address all of your questions today, and if I don't speak to something you'd like to know more about, there's a link on our website to submit your questions. At the end of this presentation, we'll share direct links to help you find this information more easily. I know some of you are wondering why you need to make this decision by July 10th when our school doesn't start until August 6th. Our entire school system is preparing for the start of the 2020-2021 school year with many decisions to be made regarding transportation, food and nutrition, student supports, facilities, and special education. In addition, our principals are working diligently to prepare for the return of students and staff. They've been working to form class lists, to create schedules for lunch, recess, and specials, and to hire any remaining staff positions that they have. All of these plans are apt to change based on the number of students who choose the virtual option. We will not be hiring any new teachers to teach the students in the virtual option. Rather, principals will reallocate the staff they currently have to meet these needs, and they can't do this until they know how many students are affected, which grades they're in, and what supports they need. They must plan for the students who will be in their buildings, as well as for the students who'll be learning from home. We want the very best experience for all of our students, no matter which option you choose. You demand that, and we will provide for that, but we need time to prepare effectively. Even with a July 10th deadline, that only gives us 10 working days before our new educators return to buildings on July 27th. Once you make the commitment to the virtual option, know that your child will be in that environment for the first 9 weeks of school. Because our principals are moving teachers out of the face-to-face environment to provide virtual instruction, we need to provide consistency to all of our students and maintain manageable class sizes for both options. A few weeks before the end of the 9-week grading period, we will ask families if they'd like to remain in the virtual setting or move to the face-to-face setting in their school buildings. It's also important to note that if students change placements, specific teachers cannot be guaranteed. Principals will need to balance class sizes, and they may need to reassign teachers based on the needs in their buildings as the year progresses. Patience and flexibility will certainly be two words that we'll be very familiar with next year. Some of you have also said that you want to know the specific guidelines for face-to-face instruction in the buildings. A draft of these guidelines is posted on our district website, and Dr. Bearden will be presenting our final guidelines at the July 21st Board of Education meeting to ensure that they match the latest recommendations from the CDC and the Department of Public Health. What I can share is that at this time, our elementary students who return to the buildings will still have lunch, recess, and specials. Principals are meeting now to determine how to provide these opportunities for your children while maintaining safety guidelines, because we all know how important play, friendships, and socialization are to our young children. Dr. Bearden shared at the June board meeting that modern schools aren't designed for social distancing, and unfortunately neither is our furniture. We will do our best to minimize physical interactions, but in all transparency, we can't guarantee that we can maintain 6 feet of social distancing between staff and students at all times, so you won't see that in our guidelines. With that being said, we are limiting large gatherings of people and we are minimizing movement in the building. We will also have regular hand washing times for our students and staff, and we will strongly recommend, but not mandate, the wearing of masks. I think this information is important for you to know so that you can make the best decision for your family. So let's talk a little about what the virtual K-5 option will look like. First, let me be clear. This will not be like the extended online learning we just had last spring. In that situation, we were near the end of the school year in a crisis emergency situation, and we had to move to virtual instruction in a moment's notice. Because most of our standards had been taught, we were able to reduce the workload for our students. We also didn't want students to suffer because of things beyond their control in that emergency situation, and we implemented a hold harmless provision where their overall grade could not be lower than what they had before we were sent home. But if you choose the virtual option this school year, it will be very different. There will be no hold harmless provision, and there will be a full workload with all subjects every day, including English language arts, reading, math, science, social studies, and specials classes. At the elementary level, the specials classes will consist of art, music, and PE, and students will have one of these classes each day. We are required to teach the Georgia Standards of Excellence, and we will do so with fidelity and high expectations. Our goal is for the virtual experience to mirror the classroom experience in terms of quality and rigor. The Forsyth County Schools Learner Profile guides our work no matter which setting we find ourselves. It lists the attributes we expect our students to possess by the time they graduate from one of our high schools, and these include pursuing continuous learning, exhibiting strong personal qualities, utilizing creative and critical thinking, engaging and contributing, and interacting effectively. I think you'll be able to see that the design of our elementary virtual option promotes these qualities with the expectations for teaching and learning we've established. Teachers will create meaningful, engaging assignments and assessments that require students to use higher level thinking and problem-solving skills and to grapple with complex material that's appropriate to their development. Course content will allow students to be creative, to share their voices, and to have choice. There is a daily commitment, Monday through Friday, that will follow the Forsyth County school calendar. The time commitment for instruction will be similar to that experienced in brick and mortar classrooms, and provided work will engage students in roughly 3 to 4 hours of learning. As part of this, teachers will hold mandatory daily synchronous lessons through district platforms such as It's Learning and Microsoft Teams. They will also meet with students individually and in small groups, just like they do in the classroom. But we also believe that students should not be sitting behind a screen for the duration of their learning. To provide a balanced learning environment, teachers will provide a mix of class activities, many of which can be completed offline. With this structure, parents will have to make a significant commitment to the virtual program. Your children will need help to access resources and to monitor their engagement and participation. They'll need your support and encouragement. Essentially, you'll be their learning coach at home. Again, we want to be honest and transparent about the expectations for the virtual option to help you make the best decision for your child. We've also had questions from families about students in special programs and how their needs will be met in the virtual setting. We will be able to offer a virtual option for students in the special needs pre-K program. Christy Quinn, our preschool coordinator, is working on these details now. In addition, students in kindergarten through 5th grade who have an IEP or a 504 plan will also be able to choose a virtual option. Sarah Taylor, our Director for Special Education, is working with our special education facilitators, case managers, and building administrators to provide guidance in this area. We are also working with the coordinators of our ESOL, EIP, and gifted programs to guide schools in how to meet these needs in the virtual environment. Again, we will not be hiring additional teachers, so our principals will need to use their current teachers to designate who will serve our students in the virtual classroom, and that includes our support teachers. This is why it's so important for us to know which option you're choosing for your children as soon as possible. I hope that I've been able to answer many of your questions regarding the K-5 virtual option for next school year. I'm sure you may have more, and if that's the case, please go to forsyth.k12.ga.us/virtual to submit your question. We will host virtual town hall meetings the week of July 6th, where we'll answer those questions and provide more information. In addition, videos from our board meetings where we've discussed the 2020-2021 school year are posted at forsyth.k12.ga.us/Restart Forsyth. Thank you so much for your time today. We recognize that this is an important decision for you and your family to make for the start of school on August 6th. We appreciate and respect the trust you've placed in us to provide an exceptional educational experience for your children. We take that responsibility very seriously as we strive for quality learning and superior performance for all.